list. If your to-do list is longer than you can even imagine, let's talk. Because no one told us that running an event business would also mean being a full-time administrative assistant, social media expert, accountant, and so many other roles. And you are in a position that you are probably a little bit stressed out about all the things that you have to take care of on a daily basis. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to tackle this feeling. Hi, my name is Jessie. I am the founder of Greeneyedambition. On this channel, we talk about all the unsexy things about running a business in the event industry. So today, I'm going to be shining some light on the behind the scenes parts of running an event business. I find that people often only focus on the creative side and the pretty side and the glamorous Instagram side of it. But let's be honest, we are event business owners. So this is the perfect video for those of you that are constantly feeling as if you're buried with contracts, proposals, emails, and tasks, because this feeling is a real feeling. And just know that you are not alone. In the past couple of years, I've found that more event professionals are looking to grow and understand the importance of having more structure in their business. We're letting go of the way of having disconnected tools and a lot of manual processes. And let's be honest, some of these workarounds, they work, but they are really not working because it's leaving us stressed out. So today, let's break this cycle and dig into this conversation. So let's be real. Event professionals do wear all of the hats. Not only are you having to pick the colors, find all of the great decor items, if you have a venue, making sure that it's ready for your clients to go, but you're also having to stay on top of, did you get the contract signed? Have you had the client agree on the payment? Are you getting paid on time? And then you're now chasing down those payments to make sure you're getting paid on time. Then you're having to juggle the calendar, vendors, timelines, and client emails. And some of you probably aren't even using emails. You're doing all of your work in your DMs or text messages. And here's what happens. We burn out, we drop the ball, we lose clients, we're stressed out, and we often are not running a business that truly brings us joy. Here's the caveat of it all, is that we are still great at what we do, but we also have to learn what's necessary on the business side of our actual business so that we are not overwhelmed. So I want to share with you what my original setup was years ago. I've had my own event business for 15 years. I remember the days of having to do my invoices in Microsoft Word. I was having to do PayPal invoices. I didn't have any way for people to schedule times to talk with me. I didn't even have any tools to keep myself organized, like time blocking. I was keeping everything only in notebooks. So I was always creating a space where it just had to depend on my ability to remember instead of allowing a system to help support me. And here's the thing, it worked until it didn't work. I was stretched so thin. And the thing is that I can only grow but so much when I'm doing everything manually. When I first started my company, I knew that I wanted it to be a national brand. You cannot have a national brand with a piecemeal way of doing your business. Some of you may be in the industry because you're wanting something to do part-time, or you're totally fine with just doing things locally. As always, I tell you, there's no right or wrong when it comes to what kind of business you're growing or the size or scale or niche you're wanting to explore. So I never will say that. But the one thing I will always say is that even if you're working your business part-time, you still need to have structure. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of business owners are having a hard time to get out of the 100K revenue to the 2,500K revenue to the 500,000 and the million and above. So in order to get to those higher levels, you cannot just have sticky notes all over. And if you do, you're probably going to be extremely stressed and relying on a lot of coffee and probably a lot of drinks or something of that nature. But I don't want that for you. And as always, on this channel, I love to talk about different platforms that will truly help different types of business owners. The platform I want to talk about in this specific video is Relevantful. Relevantful is a great platform for those of you that have teams. So if you're someone that has anywhere over 4 different people inside of your business and you are needing to keep on top of inventory, you're needing to make sure that you do back of the house, front of the house, you want to make sure you're keeping on top of all of the automations and tasks inside of your business, this is for you. And I would probably say or estimate that this is going to be for those of you that have been in the industry for multiple years and your company is making over 200K in revenue a year. You're probably making closer to half mil, if I had to be honest. This is not necessarily a platform for those of you that are just jumping out there and you're a solopreneur. This is the great platform for those of you that are either growing a team and you are needing something to help you with that support. The reason why I always recommend CRMs is because it will help you allow your business to still go and move without it being solely dependent on you doing things. The reason why I do recommend Relevantful for those of you that are growing teams and you're expanding and you're needing to have extra tools, the best thing about it is to not complicate what you're doing, and you want to look at tools that will help you with simplifying the process. And the thing about Relevantful, it will allow for you to create branded proposals and to be able to send them instantly. You'll be able to get contracts signed, so there's no more of that back and forth. You'll be able to have clear proposals that will allow for clients to see clearly what they're getting and have it be seamless. And the most important part is that you can now track payments and invoices all in one spot. You no longer have to go into Word, go into Square to then send this, to then have them sign here. Now I got to send you DocuSign. Like, each time you're going in and out of a platform, it's costing you time. And even though it might just be you right now doing it, at some point you're going to have someone working for you. So the more complicated that process is, it means you're paying for people to do dead weight activities compared to having a tool that will allow for things to be a lot more smooth and seamless and not be clusters or clunky. So Relevantful will have everything in the same platform, which will allow for your clients to have a more seamless experience. One of the key takeaways when you're looking to use a CRM that's going to help with simplifying your process, you first want to look at what are some of your repetitive tasks. So what I always recommend for people is to take out a piece of paper, write out every task that you do in a holistic approach. The thing is that no task is too small or too big when it comes to creating an automation. For example, inside of my business, I have a step that says vendors booked that then trigger another part of my automation. I can sit here and think, oh, when someone pays, then I do all these other things. You want to make sure that you're actually saying the steps that need to occur. Because if you have an assistant that's working with you, if they're not completely aware of all the little steps inside of your process, they won't know from a client paying to the vendor booking that there's steps that need to occur. So it might be a step which would be send booking contract or check with vendor on availability. You want to not over assume, because one of the issues I find when it comes to creating tasks or automating repetitive tasks is that we assume that everyone that is going to work with us understands how to do what we do in the way that we do it. So that's why you want to make sure you're thinking through what are some of those tasks. So write them down with clarity, no judgment, but allow yourself to sit here and think, what are the tasks that typically happen or should be happening when someone inquires? What are some of the tasks that happen when someone pays us? Who do we need to notify? What are some of the documents that need to be sent? What information do we need to collect? Do we need to be able to schedule consultations? Whatever that is, take the time. And the best thing about using a platform like Relevantful is that it will allow for you to create templates on emails for your contracts and proposals. So it will allow for you to create some structure. And I am a big fan of templates because that is what allows for my company to be able to handle the load that we have. Most of the time, I'm not having to rewrite emails because I have enough years of experience and I have templates that are able to address specific things. So I may use a template and I could then customize it based on the discussion I had. So if I had a planning session with a client, I would have a recap email already in my queue for my automation for planning sessions. And I would title it something that makes 100%. I would title it something that's super clear. Planning session recap email. And then I would have specific words in it. And then I would have in my template enter talk points. and then I would complete the email. So that when it comes down to having that planning session, I don't have to rewrite that email. I would pull that email into my workflow so that all I have to do is just put in those bullet points instead of rewriting the whole email. And that's going to save you time. Or if you have someone working with you, you can say, hey, send the client our recap. These are the things we discussed. Now they don't have to say, well, how do I do it? Any of those things. I don't want you stressed out. Are you struggling to lock in sales for your event business? Listen, I get it. Booking clients can sometimes feel like a challenge depending on where you are in your event business. I decided to create this free resource called 5 Days to Start Getting Your Clients that will help you with being able to learn how to market, pitch, and convert your clients so that you can start making some dollars inside of your business. This resource is perfect for newbies as well as more established individuals that are looking for some tips and tricks that can help them with taking their business to the next level. If that's you, make sure you check out the show notes so that you're able to get this free resource today. So are you ready to fill up your calendar? Grab your free copy today. So once you take the time to think about what are those templates you need to create, you want to think to yourself, how do you have follow-ups automated? How do you have reminders scheduled? And it can actually help with you having a virtual assistant built into your business or a tool that helps your virtual assistant with being able to support you. The next thing that I would recommend for you to do is to organize your day like a CEO. You want to be able to use a task manager or calendar system to be able to help you with staying on task. Relevantful does allow for you to have a built-in task manager and calendar system. So you're not just reacting to chaos, you're actually planning ahead. And the great thing about it is that the integration with whatever platform you're using for your calendar. So with the CRM that I do use, I have a calendar that's for Greeneyedambition that has specific things that are non-negotiable. I also have a calendar for my event business that has non-negotiable things as well. And what happens is that when someone wants to schedule a time to talk, the systems are able to read both calendars to be able to ensure that someone is not booking a time that is not available. So the thing is that you want to think to yourself, how do I actually protect my time so I can have intentional effort on specific tasks? I find that if you're jumping so much throughout the day, one, you'll feel overwhelmed. Like, let's just be honest, you'll feel very overwhelmed. The second thing is that you never get enough momentum to finish or complete everything you need to do. So like before I recorded this video, I was going through doing all of the booking sheets for all of my vendors for today that are happening in the next 5 days. So that way I know that everyone has what they need. Once I completed that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm done with this part of my business. Now I'm going to take 15 minutes to just go for a walk so I can work on my mental health, because if I'm always going, I cannot give from an empty cup. Then I can sit here and say, now for the next hour, I'm going to be working on some YouTube content. So some of it can just be managing the task inside of your business to help with executing your services, or you can have tasks that are related to the things that help your cohesive business run. I often tell people the biggest thing about entrepreneurship is learning how to regulate yourself as well as controlling your time. If you're always 100% using your time doing the business, you never allow yourself to actually work in your business or working on your business. So I do recommend for people to actually put a minimum 20 to 40% of your work hours into working on your business. So that might be making sure that proposals are done, making sure that your emails are caught up, that makes sure you are doing some marketing, following up with clients, doing strategy for your upcoming months or upcoming seasons. Like if you are always in this reactive stance, it really puts a big hold on your business. That's why I talk about the importance of using email marketing and having intentionality with each and every action that you're doing inside of your business. So by using a task manager and a calendar system, it allows for me to have clarity on what I'm doing with my time. And it gets me from just trying to keep up with the day to day and actually feel like I'm in control of my business. I do not like feeling reactive or rushed. I like to feel strategic and booked. So I often will make time to follow up with people. I often make time to have connections with my vendors, often make time to also make the time to learn and grow for my own business too. But if we are just so swamped and overwhelmed because we have no structure inside of what we're doing, it really does get in the way with us growing the business that we're truly desiring. So the three main takeaways that I want to share with you is to make sure you're simplifying the tools in which you're using inside of your business to keep yourself organized. The second thing is to look at how you're automating your task so that you're allowing templates to support you and allowing yourself to keep your business going without you having to do everything manually. You want to get into the process of having a built-in VA inside of your business because of the system or tool you're using. And the third thing is that you want to organize your day. You want to get out of the habit of being reactive and starting being proactive inside of your business. And let's be honest, I'm not judging wherever you are inside of your business because I've been there at different parts. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the administrative work inside of your business and want to get focused and actually love what you're doing, you don't need really more time. You just need better systems and structure inside of what you're doing. If you are a larger size business that has teams, I do recommend for you to check out Relevantful. I will make sure to have the link in the description that will be able to assist you with that process. And in the next video, I look forward to sharing with you some more ideas on how to have a more profitable business and productive business that allows for you to get to the next level inside of your growth. And if you enjoyed this video, comment below and let me know where is the area that you are looking to improve in your process. Until next time, peace.